Welcome to The Conscious Cut. I'm your host, Hoiki Liu. This podcast is all about rethinking sustainability across fashion, lifestyle, and everyday practices. Through conversations with entrepreneurs, policymakers, educators, and changemakers in Hong Kong and beyond, we'll explore real solutions, from industry-wide policies to the small habits we can all adopt. Let's cut through the noise and create meaningful change together. Welcome back to The Conscious Cut. In this special joint episode, we're diving into the heart of what makes sustainable change possible: strong, supportive communities. As someone who's seen firsthand how collaborative drives real progress in fashion and beyond, I'm thrilled to chat with two incredible builders right here in Hong Kong. Avey Cortes, the force behind the inspiring fitness nonprofit Sweat With Us and his podcast Move, Sweat, Discover, and Nicolle Macario, founder of Lusyon, who's been my go-to partner for creating workshops and building community events. We'll explore how they create spaces that empower people, foster connection, and how positive, healthy mindset ties into conscious living. Let's cut through the isolation and discover how community building can redefine our habits for a brighter, more responsible future. Thanks for being here, guys.
Thanks for the intro.
So a little bit about how we met. Avey, we met at Family Farm. So you lead all the classes. Well, not all the classes. You lead a lot of the classes there. And I'm in your class often because he's very engaging, very captivating. And I don't feel like I'm allowed to stop when I'm in your class, which is the best thing. And also you have, you're in the Family Farm community. You also have your own communities at Move, Sweat, Discover, where you interview various individuals on the fitness journey and how it ties into their lifestyle. And also a nonprofit, Sweat With Us. I want to ask Avey first, with so many communities, because I know I've just mentioned 3, but you're in so many more. You're at Lululemon. You're at, what else are you at? You're at so many workout places.
Yeah.
So many fitness communities. So, I mean, what stands out for me, I guess, is Family Farm, because that's where we meet.
Yeah.
What was the draw for you to join this community?
It's not so much that I'm joining these communities, really. It's more, I think, about the connection I have with certain people within these initiatives. So for Family Forum, obviously, I've known Lindsay for a long time, and it just seemed like a kind of natural, fit for us to work together.
Okay, so, but you're already in so many, as I said. So what was the reason for starting your own then?
Again, I don't think it was like an idea that I wanted to start my own community. For Sweat With Us, it was an idea that I had for so long. I think that fitness should be accessible to everybody. And the domestic workers, particularly in Hong Kong, they work so hard. They're like the heartbeat of our city. And I found that they're often overlooked. And so I just wanted to, give back, really. That's as simple as it was. And we started in the middle of COVID, when lockdown was like a hard thing,
right?
Where we were wearing masks. You had to have QR codes and like proven tests and all that. Sorry, like triggering everybody here.
I forgot the name of the app. What was that app? Leave Home Safe.
Oh,
Leave Home
yes,
Safe,
yes.
yeah.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
So there were all these restrictions. And we just started right there. And it was 10 ladies in an event space in Sheung-wan. And I just wanted to give them fitness, connect with them, have them connect. And there was the same 10 ladies for probably, 4 weeks or something like that. And then word of mouth, one invited the other, grew to 20 grew to however many, and now I think we sit at like about 1,000.
Oh, wow.
That's amazing.
In our app. So.
Yeah.
And now, besides having the domestic community, you also have a community of coaches that helps you run this program. So it's not all on you, right?
No, yeah. I mean, like, as we started to grow, I was like, I can't be the only one teaching these classes. And also, I realized that I had this huge connection with different gyms and different trainers. And, I can only teach a certain amount of things. So, like, reaching out to my friend that was a yoga teacher, reaching out to my friend that was a Pilates teacher, reaching out to, all these different gyms that had different movement modalities, just to kind of open it up and to be able to expand the offering. Yeah.
Can I just say
Yeah,
one thing?
please.
I admire you for doing that.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, I'm Filipino and I'm not going to get emotional, but a lot of these domestic helpers, because they're leaving home, essentially. And they actually go through horrible health concerns because they're at home and they're someone else's home and then they're not moving. And I think I've mentioned my fiance is a trail runner, and a lot of them are volunteers, like they're domestic helper volunteers that are helping in each kind of what do you call it? Like pit stop?
Yeah, station.
Pit stop and station, and they've become runners themselves.
Oh, wow.
And it's helped them like beat cancer and stuff like that. And like, I think people don't really look at domestic helpers, so I applaud you for honestly recognizing them and giving them a space and just telling them that, you can have Jollibee, but you also have to like dance, like you gotta work out. Philippines is not a walking community. So workouts are also not seen as an everyday thing there. So just to show that here in Hong Kong, for them, also, they bring it home. Like, I'm sure they brought it home to Philippines and like have it done with their family. I'm sure they called their family on FaceTime and whatever you taught them to teach them. So I'm sure there's the effect, even if it was just in Hong Kong. So I applaud you for doing that.
Thank you.
Really, it means a lot to me. So
I mean, a large part of it as well was, I'm also part Filipino. And a large part of it was, every Sunday seeing the ladies on the streets, hanging out on their day off. And I wanted to take them off the streets. Like, yes, I can do an outdoor workout, and we have done because of space issues, but I wanted them to also experience, like what you and I and, we can afford these places, the boxing gyms and, like the family forums. So I wanted to kind of have that accessible to them.
It's the humanity that's involved there too, right? Because they, like you guys said, they're pretty much the glue that binds our city together. Like a lot of the day-to-day, the things that we can overlook is because they're here to hold it down.
I take for granted.
Exactly. And to not have any space for them on the day offs, it's crazy.
That the one that is behind, is it Hermes? That road, they blocked that road, right? There's talks saying that they will not give them space anymore for Sundays. There's talks of that, and I'm just like, well, where are they going to go?
And the thing is, they get, I mean, I know we're going a little bit off topic.
Sorry.
But I have my helper at home. And I told her to join many times, right? I mean, she has her own ways of thinking. Like, she tells me, I want to get fat. Like, she's like,
she wants
to
the
be fat. She's like, I want to be fat. And she's like a rubber band. She goes in and out, and a lot has to do with more like her personal life emotions that will drive her weight loss or weight gain. But anyways, that's beyond the point. When the other thing that her push is that we have to go back to our spot every Sunday, or we're gonna lose it.
There's it.
Interesting.
Because they have like their little turfs. They do.
So like, even when we're on holiday, I was like, you guys are welcome to come home and just enjoy the house, watch Netflix, whatever. She only come. They did it because it was all the black rainstorms. So I was on. But she's like, that's the only reason. If it was not raining, like nobody's come, because we need to hold down
your fort. That's funny. We went off topic. Sorry.
Okay, sorry.
I like.
But I mean, so I can tell it's evolved a lot from its early days, and it's only been how many years since COVID? Like 5, 6?
We celebrated our 4th anniversary.
This year. That's lovely. I remember seeing that big party you guys had at Morgood.
At Morgood,
really good. Okay, great. I'm gonna jump in and ask Nicolle now. I mean, I know you from, we did some work together, but I know you worked with Hula from Kiddo. We met at the Yun apartment. I know you you help out a lot with Perk by Kate. Just to name some names. But like everybody else, when I saw you at these places, I thought you were like the marketing social media manager, And so when I reached out to you, I'm like, okay, I don't know what to do with my socials.
And I'm like, I'm not a social media marketer. That's not like my term.
And as we spoke, I realized your specialty is also in building communities, creating strategies, having planning, and realizing those goals to actually create these events that bring the communities together.
Yeah.
So it makes sense for me to see you take a step back from all these places and to start your own place, because obviously you've already built a community there for them.
Yeah.
So now you've got your own company called Lusyon.
Yeah.
So can you tell me a little bit more about how you plan to use your company Lusyon to build? Is it to build more communities? Or
I wouldn't say it's to build more communities, but I think it is definitely a place where I want to shine a light of knowing your business. Okay. I think that's like the main thing, is that there's a lot of brands. I think we can all agree. You would think of the product, and then the second thing you would think of is the marketing.
Right.
And that mostly that's where, as far as it goes, is the product, marketing, done. But people don't think about like, oh, how do I continue to communicate to my customer after I've bought the product? You still have to keep them in that funnel.
And why is that important?
It's important because at the same time, like, once you buy something and then your relationship's done. And if you want to have a really proper running company, the conversion of new customers and returning customers needs to be equal. So in order to have a proper running business,
and that's how you get growth, I guess.
And that's how you grow. That's how you scale at the same time. So you always have to constantly communicate with them, talk to them, but in a way that it's not hard selling. So then that's when all of these community buildings, these events happen. And that's when, you know, it can even go off topic, super off topic, that you can even, I don't know, do a bake sale. Like, the list is endless when it comes to that. But at the same time, yes, I think a lot of these businesses changed a lot, especially during COVID. COVID was because people lost touch. We weren't able to see each other. We weren't able to go out and everything. And that was kind of where I saw brands had a shift of like, oh, it's no longer the brand name. They're now like meaning and yearning for something more. They're like, I want to have this phone case because the owner of the phone case believes in this. Like, it started becoming more than just a brand. There were ethos and values and morals, and I think that's what I want to shine a light with Lusyon, is that it's not just saying like, oh, it's not easy to just start. Like, it's not as easy as you think as to start a brand, but I want you to know as a brand owner that I'm here for you and we can build this together. So that's a very long answer, but yeah, that's basically the goal of Lusyon, is I want to shine a light in more than just the basics.
I think, I mean, I can see because we have worked together. So I appreciate how it's not like a company that comes in and just says, I just want to buy your data. I just need the data. I just need to have the email addresses and all. But you're actually doing something to get people to gather together and to foster beliefs, I guess, in a way. And to really like, grow them into something meaningful.
Like, knowing you as well, like, you want to change the world in understanding, like, manufacturers don't have the bottle. Like, you're not the bottleneck. But there are people out there that really want to know your voice and being like, I don't know what the manufacturer does, then let's bring those people to you. So
you also mentioned during COVID that there was a lot of changes. You know? I also say that I feel during COVID there was a lot of changes in everyday habits, in the way we do everything, right? One of the things that I focus on is spending. I feel like our everyday habits on how we spend has changed drastically. I keep saying how, and like, I guess after World War II and at some point when Industrial Revolution, we start getting the production lines in the manufacturing space, and then fast fashion in the 2000s, all of that has been pushing us to constantly look for something new to replace the old thing. Like, the old thing might not have a problem, but it doesn't matter. Like, time's up, something new to replace it, right? And we've been really conditioned to feel like we need to get something new all the time. I guess since the 60s, 70s. But during COVID, I'll say it's the first time, and this is not about sustainability driven, but probably just the way the world is at the time. Like we were all in lockdowns. We couldn't go anywhere. And then afterwards, the economy is garbage. So no one has money. All of these factors in this last 6 years has really changed the way we're spending. And I feel like it's a good time to keep pushing that, because for the first time, we're no longer just looking for something new, and suddenly people start appreciating what they do have, because you need to. You're stuck in this space with what you have. You're not getting anything new this moment, you know? And then slowly we realize we don't need as much. And my point to that is, I realize a lot of the brands that you work with, like I mentioned earlier, Hula, Kittle, Perk by K, Fenxiang, actually, they all have this kind of shift towards a new business model.
For sure.
Yeah. And is there a reason why you're working with these brands? And this goes for both of you. Like I said, you were with Lululemon for a lot of things. Like you were the ambassador, you're working with their shops. You guys both probably could have just jumped into something corporate. I'm not going to say it's easy, but at least the budgets are there, right? A lot of times if you want to get something done, the biggest obstacle most of the time is the budget. So you could probably have joined a corporate team where they have budgets for your community events, you know, for you to do all these things. Why did you guys choose to do what you're doing?
My voice, I guess. You just don't get heard of. I think you agree, right?
I think that, you know, at the heart of community is connection, as I mentioned. And I think sometimes with bigger corporations, it tends to get lost, and the purpose tends to be put to the side. It tends to be about like the numbers, you know, like hitting those daily goals and stuff like that. And that's fine. That is fine.
That's fine. That there are some people that are built for that life. I guess we're not. And I think, again, I'm a very empathetic person, and I can't do that if I'm just looking at numbers and hitting goals all day. And you have to remember, these corporate companies, they're built for a reason. But I don't match that reason. And that's also why I'm not there. So, I agree.
We were talking off mic earlier on our way over here about like the values that one has, and that's important to kind of be able to connect in the purpose of fostering a community rather than building a community. If that makes sense.
I agree, because again, I know that we shouldn't say leader, but there needs to be someone there, or multiple people. If you have the same core values, that's already alone by itself, secretly, that is how a community already has been built. So I guess, again, corporate built that. We're not that. And that's why we're not there.
I guess because it's like you guys said, it's the communication, the core values, having that tight-knit community that you don't have to explain all your points to.
That's what people will resonate with. Really.
So you mentioned about being a leader. I want to actually go back deeper and go back further and dig deeper on. And I know you guys both told me you are both introverts, which I was so shocked about. Because I'm like, oh, I am an ENFP. And I don't even know what that means, but I know I'm an extrovert. I know everybody knows I'm an extrovert. I don't think people realize, like, at least for me, I didn't realize you guys were introverts, which is so, As I said, like, I would assume most introverts would be more quiet. You wouldn't want to lead a class. Probably wouldn't want to start a company and start communities for people. I mean, how does that even work? What were you guys like growing up? I do want to understand.
I was quiet. As I understand from my family, my parents, I was quite quiet. Like, also in comparison to my sister, who was quite outspoken and is an extrovert, I was quite like, but I think I aspire to be an extrovert. I've learned to build and cultivate and grow my voice. And so I think now in later years, being an adult, you know, like I'm trying to exercise that. And like, I think that part of community is your own personal growth. So that's why personal development is super important to me. I'm reversed.
I probably was like you when I was a kid.
Mm.
I kept talking and talking and talking. I was that girl in primary school and high school, which was the master of ceremony at all events. I was the captain of the Yellow House team. I was the head of many things. I was the student body president. It was all of that. I was that chick, that girl.
But you still consider yourself an introvert, or you still?
I really do.
The person tells you that.
I remember I met somebody, and then that person was like, "You need to do the test again."
Yeah,
because
it's
it doesn't
wrong.
seem that it's wrong. And I went like, "No, I really am an INTP. I think it's INTP if I'm not mistaken." And that happened. I was an E for so long until maybe I turned 28. That was when I changed into INTP. And I think it's because I lived such a loud life that I just want quiet. And I think that
ran out of steam.
I ran out of steam, and I hid to Lantau Island and just like went into my little cocoon. And then I think we just mentioned in our previous conversation that yes, I am an extrovert. Yes, I'm an introvert, but I really am an ambivert, which is both. So yeah, but as I became an adult, I became more an introvert. Yeah.
I do kind of see what you mean by you will absorb and reflect the energy of the people around you, because I have to say, like, I was just on a family trip to Guizhou, and I was ready to like hide in the caves and the mountains. I was like, oh, I don't need Hong Kong or the city life anymore. I'm gonna just stay here forever. And I mean, I'm still trying to get back in my head that I am here. Yeah, it's been like a week or so. But speaking to you guys, I am getting my energy back. Yeah. I've been very lethargic because I haven't had a chance to make it into a family farm this week.
Actually, on that, I think that my introverted personality lends itself to me, as you said before, joining all these communities, because I like to help people build things. And so it's odd that I started Sweat With Us, but I like to be like the person next to them building. I don't necessarily like to be the person building everything. And that's what I always wanted Sweat With Us to be like. I didn't want it to be about me at all. I wanted it to be about the ladies. So that's why I'm sometimes a little bit like sheepish when they want to take photos with me. I'm like, oh, just take photos by yourself. Because it's not me. But I also understand that I'm the one that started it. But anyway.
I think we're the same. I am the one that's like, it's your dream. I'm your fairy godmother. I just want to help you. So go.
That's why we're working
I think we're
together.
The same. Yeah, that's why we're working together.
Because I'm like, I have dreams. I don't know how to get
I'm
there.
here like, let's go, But I get it. Like, probably that's the introvertedness of like, you're the shining the light. I'm not. Like, you go do it.
But I also like to step out.
Oh, yeah. I guess it like situations, right? Yeah. And
I mean, I guess because we have all the experiences that we have, so you would morph into different situations and moments. But like, Avey, you have so many, like you have a few people that you work with now. How do the different personalities come in play? Because I guess like even if you're in a community, there's going to be people with different communities. How do you decide who you're going to ask for help? For example, for leading classes or for arranging the schedules of who gets to come to these classes, and how does all of that work?
I don't have any set formula or answer. Embarrassingly, I just go on vibe.
That's good. I do that too, actually.
Yeah. I've been in the fitness industry, I think now for like a decade or so, and I know a lot of people, some more than others. And so I will just lean on the ones that I know more. Maybe some of the ones that are newer, the connections that I've made that are newer, because it's like fresh in the memory, and it's no harm in asking those people. But I'm also a bit shy to ask for help sometimes, so I take a lot on myself. But it's all about teamwork. And again, back down to the connections that you have and connecting with people.
Yeah, I agree. It is the vibes though. It's the vibes. Yeah.
Do you guys see the communities that you've built? If I'm just want to ask, like, if you step away from it, because like some of the communities you've built, you're no longer working with these companies.
Yeah.
So what happens when you step away? Can you step away?
I think I can. I think I can step away because I'm not the leader. Does that make sense? Like, I've left Hula and I've left Kiddo.
Yeah.
And we all know that Sarah and Denise are the ones in the forefront. So even if I have left, not maybe the vision of communities would change just a tad bit, but it's okay. But I think it's different if you had them leave.
Right.
Then it's different. Then it's gonna be different. Yeah. I think the way I see it is like when Dior changes their creative director, if that designer changes, the community does change.
Right.
Yeah. It's either the people who are from the past designer will leave or stay, or the ones that are in the new one come in or they don't. So that's kind of how I see it.
I guess most of the time when you guys step away, you already feel that there is a momentum to the community that like even if people come and go, it's okay, right?
Yeah, but I know that I have had some people that have messaged me and being like, oh my God, you left. And I'm like, yes, I have. And they're like, how are you? And I was like, oh, that's sweet. And then, but they're still supporting that business, even if I have already left. So yeah, I think it's as long as it's the leader, then we're just the fairy godmothers. So yeah.
I don't know. I don't think you can leave. I mean, obviously your podcast, you can't leave that.
Yeah. Because you are the face of it. So that's a different story.
Yeah. But I do think that like things can change very quickly once key people leave. And I see that a lot in corporate, like those bigger corporations. The values change. Then it becomes about the numbers. It becomes about less about like connection, and there's always questioning why and the why, and which is also a very valid question. But yeah.
So I guess then in that case, is there not maybe not a formula, but how do you keep a community sustainable? And I don't mean in like the environmental sense, but like over time. Like Sweat with Us has been quite a few years now. How does that sustain?
I mean, I think that it comes down to the people. So I started to activate within the community, get some of the ladies more involved in helping to book the classes, helping to get like the people in, and like helping with all the app and all that kind of stuff, helping with the organization of certain events. And I felt that was a good way to kind of sustain the purpose of it, because it's about them. It's what they want. It's how they want to move. Rather than just me dictating like, oh, I just met someone from X gym the other day. Kind of, you'll love to work out there. You know, it's not about me and my opinions and my, connections. It's about them. Yeah.
I don't know how I'm going to answer that. I guess, again, because I work with brands, it's not something I've built. I've helped them build it. And I have seen shifts. I guess in my industry, it's a little bit different, because once you start tapping into different people, that's how the community sustains. So for example, like if one of my brands, got a new ambassador, then again, there's like a new community person, and then the existing group are like, ooh, who's she? And what's she like? Like stuff like that. And then if that ambassador already has an existing community, they're now welcomed.
That's
so
true.
It's become this like...
What happens to the old ambassadors then?
They're still there. They're still there, and they're still like I've seen it so beautifully done as well that they've come together.
I mean, I've definitely bought more from the brand you were working with. That's when you were there.
Yeah, that happens too.
And shoes too. So yeah.
Yeah. So I just feel it's just evolving all the time. And sometimes it's not even in your control. It just happens. And sometimes somebody out of, your group would just say like, oh, maybe do this. And I'm like, yeah, okay, we'll do it. And then it just evolves without control as well sometimes.
What about the difficulties? What is the most difficult thing about sustaining
a community? I guess is when you give up. Really. Like if you stop, actually when you just stop.
I mean, also they're like, we've made it all sound so nice so far, but like I'm sure there's people that come into a community and you're like, what are you doing? Like you might not say it out loud, but in your head you're like, dude, you're not moving, or you're not like participating. Yeah, like what are you doing here? Like how do you protect your community at the same time?
I think specifically for Sweat With Us, there have been moments where there was friction between certain individuals. There was opinions about the way things are run. Classes are like the way you can book a class, for example. And my answer to all of that stuff was like, we're not saving lives here, right. Essentially. We're just offering you free fitness classes. And so, like if you're on the wait list, you're not losing anything.
Yeah.
It's free.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, oh, you don't agree with this person? Well, that's fine.
Yeah.
You have to respect that's their opinion and that's their voice. You don't have to like them. You don't have to like what they say, but you have to respect it.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I mean, it's just about like educating, I guess. And that's always been my stance, to educate, not tell someone what to do, but to educate.
Yeah. Educate, and sometimes you do have to play the role of mediating.
Yes.
Like, I mean, I'll bring up somebody that I respect a lot, Sarah V from Women of Hong Kong. That's even, you can imagine how many voices are in that, in that one group chat. And she mediates so well of being like, respect each other's opinions, but we're not here to crush someone's feelings down.
Yeah.
Right.
And she does a really good job doing it online as well.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn, like she's good. Her team's very on it as well. Like when someone messages, immediately I think maybe the next 5 seconds I saw that message deleted, and I was like, they're on it. Like they're very on it.
Right.
And yeah, I think educate and mediate. That would be my answer if somebody nasty, like bad vibes.
I also think that like, this is a side thing, but like to read a message, you're reading it in a certain way sometimes.
Yeah.
Like it's not always the way it's put out there.
Yeah. Like they're
That's why
coming from somewhere
try not
else.
to write or read with any emotion, because I'm like, this 21st century, no. So if I come off rude on text messages, that's why.
I try to always add like an emoji so it looks nicer, but a lot of people find that really cringy.
Yeah. I mean, it's not community, right? Well, it is community, but not community. But like I deal with a lot of customers, and sometimes they like really just give it to you. And I have to take a step back, because maybe to that person, that bag is all she got. Like there's nothing else in that world that matters to her besides that bag, and she needs to buy that bag now. And you just have to be like, I'm so sorry. Like, I really, we're trying to do something for you, but it's not happening. Like it's just, again, mediate. So, but yeah, there's some people out there.
Yeah, because I find like when I get triggered, I'm just like,
yeah. And that's not wrong either. Like that's not wrong to have that emotion either. But it's also just like, just mediate. Yeah.
I mean, I guess that's a great tip. That was what I was gonna. I mean, I want to start a sustainable, focused community. What advice do you guys have for me?
Mediate and educate. Yeah.
No, but okay, so this is a podcast where we try to focus more on sustainable in the environmental sense. How does that tie into the communities that you're building? I mean, I know I mentioned with you a lot of the brands that you work with
Are
seems
already
have that. Do you select them because of that, or like?
To be honest, I think we all understand that like communities is not someone I just select.
Yeah.
It just happens because again of the morals and the values that was heightened.
Yeah, I guess aligned.
Yeah, aligned. And like, for example, like Hula, Fenxiang, Kiddo, those are all sustainable brands.
Mm-hmm.
People already who value that are in it already.
Right.
But the external factor is like finding the ambassadors, I guess.
Okay.
And then that's how it happens. I guess if you want to tie it back into sustainable in terms of the environment, I guess simple things is that if you know how many people support you, that's how many people you have to support. Don't go overboard it. Like, for example, maybe we're doing an event and you decide to make an event for 10,000 people, but you don't have 10,000 people, so you don't need to buy 10,000 cakes or something like that.
Yeah.
You don't have to. So that's like, I guess, it's so different example, but like, you get what I mean. Like, as long as you know the people, then you know what practices you should make.
Don't be wasteful.
Don't be wasteful about it. That's one thing I definitely practice. And it saves costs at the same time. So yeah, just know your numbers, I guess.
And Avey, you have such a big audience.
Yeah.
What do you preach to them ever? Or you've got sponsors, right? Sponsors for things like, bring your own water bottle because we do have free water on premise, things like that.
Yeah.
That's a reminding it. That's a different angle.
Kind of.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that no, I don't know.
I mean, I do have to say a lot of the titas that are helping us in Hong Kong, their everyday practices are pretty sustainable.
Yes.
They're not going to be wasteful. And one of the things I've mentioned is because
Tupperware.
Yeah, it's because of what you have doesn't even allow you to be wasteful. So, yeah.
Yeah, I think I guess the best thing I can say is that when you have a community, my only junction is really just thinking of events. Is just don't just know the numbers you have and just work with that and don't, like, you get what I mean. If you know that studio can only accommodate 30, then just accommodate 30. If it's such a hit, then do a second class. But yeah, just don't overdo it. Yeah.
As every time you overdo it, you're wasting something.
Yeah.
No matter if it's somebody's
your time, your money, resources, like that in itself is already being sustainable. So yeah.
I have one quick tip before we end today's podcast, and I know Avey has been trying, and my tip didn't work for you.
What is that?
I know he sees me do this all the time, and my quick tip on sustainability with fitness is how you take care of your clothes after you sweat in it. So a lot of people, I mean, I think often, like, one of the reason activewear volumes is so good is because you will throw out your activewear. Eventually, it will start to smell. How long does it usually take people? I don't know, 3 months, maybe?
I don't know. Like, some of the bigger brands claim that they have like anti-sting.
Does it work though?
There's one shirt I know.
Up to a certain period of time.
There's a shirt I know that is not.
To a certain
period of washes.
Maybe the life span is longer than others.
I would assume for a lot of people, like, it might be, I don't know, 50 really sweaty workouts. And
I mean, I'm just like a hot mess of one workout, so cut that off.
So my tip here is I'm prolonging the life of your sportswear. So the reason why our sportswear often stink and smell is because it's almost always made with polyester and spandex, right? Polyester fibers, what happens after you sweat in it is if the sweat is allowed to dry, that bacteria will hold on to and it will stay inside the polyester fibers. So the next time the garment is rehydrated, I like if you're sweating in it again, or if you spilled water on yourself, just once it's rehydrated, it will start to smell because those bacteria will come back out. So my trick is after every workout, because family farm is super, super sweaty. Avey sees me, I walk straight into the shower with all my clothes. And I rinse out all my workout gear right away.
Oh.
Yeah. Rinse all the sweat out of it. No like body soap on or anything, nothing. Just water, rinse it all out and bring it out. Make sure if there's no sweat in it, if it's just water, it will still have that maybe moldy smell, but it won't be the same as bacteria. So it's much easier to clean out water than it is to clean sweat.
I'm just asking again because I know a lot of trail runners out there. But what if you don't have like a shower?
Yeah, so that's the issue. My best trick is you need to find a water source where you can just river or something, let the water flow. You really just need to wash out the sweat bacteria. Yeah.
Or buy the products that have silverescence.
That's a very good one.
Because if it doesn't have that and it just has an anti-stink property, but probably added some chemicals onto the fiber, but it will be gone after 20 washes. Like that's the standard, you know. So.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so Avey sees me doing that all the time. With my wet clothes, and I roll it in a towel and I try to step out and get it dried as much as possible before I bring it away for the day.
That's good to know.
And of course, you still try to wash it that night, you know.
Yeah.
The next day,
gone.
Thing's going to be
good.
Yeah. All right. So thank you so much for coming to my podcast today.
Thank you.
Yes, it was lovely to focus on communities and to have you both on board today.
Yeah, thank you.